I just left to go for a walk and totally forgot my face mask. Where do I think I am? 2019? Not really sure where I'm gonna put this clip, but if somebody can tell me if I'm doing something wrong, I've looked at all of my settings, I don't know what's going on. So one of the reasons I take forever to reply to comments, not that it's an excuse, but I don't get notifications when I get a comment anymore. Look. So the only time I get notifications are when somebody replies to a comment I wrote, or if I get like someone I'm subscribed to uploads a video. But I don't get a notification when someone comments on my video like I used to. And I've looked at all my settings and it said I should still get a notification. So I don't know what's going on. I don't even get an email or anything. And so I basically just have to remember to like check each video occasionally to make sure nobody has commented. And it's just, so if there's any YouTubers out there who like know why this is happening, it's been happening for like a year. I've double checked my settings. There may be one I'm missing, maybe some like allowance I'm missing, but the fact that I get notifications for replies, that's just, it's so weird. So help me out. Hello. Did that make you dizzy? Because it made me dizzy. It is Tuesday of the last week, oh there's my bra, of classes, and as sad as I am for it to be over, I am so relieved for it to be over. Only because this week is insane. So we are moving, it's my birthday, work is picking up, and we have to like deep clean our apartment. We are moving out August 1st. The new people are moving in August 1st. Thank goodness we can start moving into our new place, which we have been doing a little bit now every night since we got our keys on Saturday. It doesn't look like anything has been moved or packed. Let's take a look around. Looks like not too much packing's been done, and if anything, we've got more junk. More junk. The only telltale sign is this corner here where we removed our coats. But what we have been doing, just to give you a little messy tour, this used to be stuffed with clothes and coats, and we've been slowly emptying out this closet. We had in our back hallway, there's a little inlet. Here, I'll show you because I don't have to worry about my privacy concerns as much since I'm moving. Whoops. Back here, this used to be stuffed, which is probably not fire code. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't put all your stuff next to the staircase. But it used to be stuffed. Now all those boxes you saw are just empty boxes that we'll be using. And then in the basement, way down south, we've got more stuff that we've been moving out. This closet used to be stuffed. I don't know if I've ever shown it, but it literally, when I mean stuffed, it was piled. I used this closet as my dresser. So it was piled up. Here's my birthday dress. And then both of these drawers are actually empty. So, except for the clothes that we'll be wearing this week. So those are Zach's clothes, for instance. And then under the bed is now empty too. So yeah, it's a little bit like disconcerting because it doesn't look like we've done anything yet, but we're mostly just moving things out that are easily already packed. So like stuff that's in our closet, stuff in the dresser we can just throw in our suitcases. And now things are gonna start to get a little bit more challenging as we pack things that aren't as easily packed, like our decorations and just books and stuff and trinkets on my desk and stuff like that. Today is Tuesday and we have, let's see, today, Wednesday, Thursday, we have like 3 more big trips, and originally we weren't gonna do anything on Friday because that's my birthday, but I don't think we can avoid it, so we're gonna have to do another trip on Friday, and then of course Saturday, the big day. And so with all of that on the brain, I'm still working full time. I didn't take any days off because I didn't think, and also I just took a whole week off a couple weeks ago. And it's my final week of my class, so I have my final assignment due on Thursday. Fun. But it is fun. This week is going to be really fun. It's all about pitching and queries. So the pitching part, I took a whole freaking class on that. When was that? In the fall? So I feel pretty, I mean, I don't feel pretty good. I just suck at pitching. But I feel I've learned what I need to learn about pitching. I just need to get better at it. But the query letter part I am really excited about. So I have had a query letter drafted. A couple of my classes have required that, so I do have a version of a query letter that's pretty up to date. So I'm excited to make it even better this week. So I've got just a couple more hours until class starts. I'm currently on my lunch break. I'll do another round of packing, I guess, and then get to class and let you guys know how it went, as always. And I haven't uploaded any of my workshop videos yet because I just realized too much going on. So I think, I mean, you guys know you're from the future now, but I think I'm gonna wait until the class is actually over. So I'll start uploading in August. Everything will be over the first week of August. Well, I'll have nothing. I'll still be working. I guess that's the only thing. But like birthday's over, packing's over, moving's over. I'll just be unpacking. All right, let's go. Go put it into my class again. For those of you who don't know, in Boston this week, it is literally in the high 90s, feels like 100, and my laptop keeps overheating. Even though I've got a fan, like an external fan, if I have more than one program going during Zoom, it just gives up. So, got booted from class, logging back in. Just wanted to share my struggles. Whoa, she's wearing makeup, folks. It must be a class day. And I didn't realize it's not just any class day. It's my final class day. And not just any final class day, but my final class day. The only thing left in my program is my thesis, and that's it. I have no more classes to take. Sorry about the really bad makeup. I just got the James Charles palette, so we're gonna be experimenting. It wasn't until I had a meeting with my boss yesterday and I was telling her how it was my final class on Thursday, and she made me realize that this is it. And I mean, it's so funny because I've had this moment. This is now the fourth time I've like gone through this. I mean, I guess fifth if you count high school. Hang on, battery change. And so that's why I'm like a little hesitant almost to claim it as my final class day, just because I do this all the time and then I sign up for more degree programs because I'm addicted to classes in school. But I do really think this is it, barring me getting my PhD, which I don't think I would ever do because you have to do like a dissertation and like a huge thesis bigger than the one I have to do, and it just does not sound fun. So this, I think, is it. This is really it, and I'm smiling, but I'm actually really sad because I love classes and it just feels weird to have such a huge part of my life over, and to have it over without me really processing it. Like, it kind of, I didn't realize it until literally yesterday that this was my final day of classes. So I'm actually pretty sad, and I don't know, any kind of life change makes me sad. So I will say this, actually, I don't know if I've ever really felt sad before, and I think that says a lot about how much I feel I'm on the right career path, because I've always just felt relieved and grateful and glad it's over, but this is the first time I'm actually really sad because I love taking these classes, and it just makes me sad that it's going to be over. I don't know, I'm just repeating myself now, which is what I do, but yeah, it's such a strange feeling to have such a huge part of my life over, and yet it hasn't been the biggest part. Like, I've only been doing this for a couple years now, and I've only been in the program itself for a year and a half. Like, I got accepted, I think it was January of 2019, so it hasn't like been my whole life for a very long time, but it's just crazy. I've been in school, like, I'm addicted to school. To give you like a little backup, so this is my second master's degree. I already did a master's degree, and then I did undergrad, of course. And so I've only ever gone like a year to a year and a half in between. Actually, I think I might have done 2 years in between my last two masters. I don't know, a couple years in between taking classes. I told Zach, like, I mean, I am glad to be done. Well, my thesis is like the ultimate homework, so it's like I'm not done with homework. I would just, like, I'm so addicted to taking classes, I would be in school 24/7 if I could, as long as they didn't have homework. I just don't like homework. I mean, who likes homework? but just like as far as like the learning goes and like the class setting and just talking to colleagues and classmates and all that good stuff, that's what I'm really sad to lose that connection for, because my thesis is just gonna be me and I'm not gonna have people to talk to anymore. Oh, it's so sad. Thankfully, a lot of us actually, you know, we've set up a critique group, which I think now that I'm not actually in classes, I'm going to be more active on. Before, I wasn't very active in the group because it just was too much going on all the time. But now that I'm not going to be taking any classes, it's like, I can do this instead. But I miss having a teacher and like someone to sort of get me to think about my work in a way I haven't before. But I guess that's part of growing up, is figuring that out on your own. I mean, my whole love of learning is why I first discovered and joined AuthorTube, is because I would just watch like Jenna Moreci and Kim Chance's how-to videos or like guidance videos on writing, because they felt like little mini class sessions. I guess I just have to go back to doing that. I have all the master classes to look forward to too, which I am still going to review. I know I keep saying it, but I mean it. I really am going to do that. Especially, oh my gosh, I just broke my hair clip that I play with all the time. I was gonna wear this today. Guess I am not now. Wow, are you serious? It's the end of so much. Alright, well, I have to go. I have to wrap up work because I am still working. I have to wrap up a meeting schedule. Fun stuff. But then I'll have my last class ever. I'll like record it a little bit, like me being in the class. I can't record them, especially because I realized in Massachusetts you have to have a two-party consent, and unless I like ask them if it's okay if I record them, I especially can't record them. And I think I've recorded people in the past, so I'm really sorry about that. I forgot about it. I don't think I've ever recorded voices though, and I think that's more what it applies to, but this is all really boring information. Okay! Oh my gosh. Sad. It'll be a fun last class though, because we're gonna be going over our query letters, and I actually think mine is, I mean, it definitely has room for improvement, like don't get me wrong, but I think it's really on the right path. And I think if I were to submit it today, like if I were to query up today, that maybe it would garnish interest. I actually thought it was interesting, so I don't know, but I feel a little bit good about it. I'm desperate for feedback though, so that's what I'm gonna miss too, the feedback from my professors. I think technically I can still take classes if I want to, so that's always an idea as well. We'll see. But I guess I will make a cup of tea to have for class to make sure I am on my A game, wide awake. Normally I'm not a tea drinker, I'm a coffee drinker, but we are actually out of coffee and creamer because we're moving and unprepared. I just went to pull down my Harvard mug because it's my last day and I already packed it. So instead, I have a novel in progress one, I have a NaNoWriMo one, but I think I'm gonna do this one just because it's extra cozy and I would like some cozy right now. And I do apologize, I know in a lot of my videos there's the obnoxious AC in the background, but you guys, it is so hot. I have to have it or I'll die. True story. Kimi's gonna join me on my last class. Everyone's getting together. I can't hear myself right now. Hopefully I'm on mute. Hello! I know! We're destined to be in the same group. Well, it's perfect because I feel like ours, well, I mean, it's the genre and just the adventure part, so yes. Awesome. How are you guys doing? I guess, yeah, even with the pitch, I wasn't sure. I'm never sure how far, and I feel like I only ever just scratched the surface, which to me it sounds like it makes sense, but then I don't know if, I don't know, I guess I just feel insecure of like, am I only supposed to talk about like the first 2 chapters? I don't know. I had forgotten that they mentioned that in the Agent's Editors, and I had just never heard it referenced like that, but it makes total sense that that's sort of what you would want to focus on. And I guess sometimes I feel like book jackets do go too far, and it's like you spoiled like half the book, but okay. And some, yeah, it's like so-and-so's husband dies, and then you're reading it and you're like, he's not dead yet. Like, I guess that's a spoiler. Yeah. And then sometimes it is just like the very click of it. Yeah. I have the first draft. Is it done? Absolutely not. It's really bad. Like, I've been working on, so I did the first draft, oh my gosh, like maybe a year ago, probably 2 years ago. And then I've been rewriting a lot of it in this program, and my thesis is to have the final, or at least a much more polished draft. So that, yeah, that starts right after this, so. Yeah, someone else mentioned it in one of the classes I was in, and then asked the professor, like, you can do that? He's like, yeah, sure. So that's, yeah, I'm just doing a full novel, yeah. And it's not even my first draft, so I just said I want a queryable novel, which is exciting, but that's so exciting though. And so you have queried it out, like you started? Gosh. I know, I've only read like the first chapter, I guess, and yeah, I love it. Like, I will definitely buy it when it's now going to be on shelves, because it sounds like it's getting right there. That's so exciting, oh my god, that's awesome. And if you've gotten revised and resubmits, I mean, that means that obviously your query letter's working. Like, people are wanting to read it, so. Oh, yay. That's like, because I'm rewriting, as I mentioned, and I'm changing so much. And so, like, I looked at my old query letter, because I've done a query letter practice before. I'm like, all of this is wrong. I'm like, great, I have to do this whole thing over again. Yeah, I was just going to say, so I do like that it, yeah, focuses on Lisa so much, but I feel like the only thing I think might be missing is I don't really get a sense of the world building, like Jonathan said, like just in the sense, even just like a sentence kind of talking about the fact that this is like a dystopian world, or then like they're on this floating island. And that's it. I'm all done.
Yay!
Boo, I'm sad.
Last class.
I'm sad. It ran over by like an hour. And Zach just packing away behind me. I'm filming.
Yeah, I know, because you're making fun of me.
I only make fun of you if I have an audience.
Yep.
Otherwise, what's the point? That's not true. I make fun of you privately. Right?
You make fun of me more with an audience.
Yeah. And that is all she wrote. I'm gonna end every book I do with that sentence. Instead of the end, I'm gonna say, and that is all she wrote, because I love Murder, She Wrote. Okay, hold on. Are you leaving or are you staying? So final class ended an hour late, which is awesome. We basically went through people's query letters one by one and discussed them, which was incredibly helpful. Remember when I said I thought mine was pretty good and like it's pretty solid and I can send it out? Wrong. Oh, my memory card. Are you serious right now at the very end? Are you serious? Oh my god, I have to go. And we're back. Okay, what was I even saying? Saying my query letter is not ready. One thing that was noted, and I do this all the freaking time, was I didn't really explain the magic behind the crystal skulls or how the crystal skulls work or what that whole deal is. And that's something I just always forget to do because I've researched it myself so much and like deep dived it in my own brain so much that I forgot other people don't know. So that was a good tip. So if you have world building, make sure each element of your world that you might take for granted that you are also mentioning. And that's where just having someone else read it and ask questions is extremely valuable, even if they're not like writerly. But just like having a friend read it and be like, does this make sense? Can you explain this back to me? What's going on? I don't know why this is turning into a tips video. I do not mean for it to be that. The other thing too, and this is where my point of view struggles have become so evident. So half of my query letter is Paul, and then the other half, like the next paragraph, I describe Anna, who's also an important character, but she's not, as it stands right now, one of the main, or she is a main character, she's not the main character. Like I chose Paul. Paul's the main character. However, as it was pointed out to me by my classmates, I focus mostly on Anna, and so either I have to make the decision to just freaking have Anna be the main character, or I have to rework it and remember throughout the query letter to stay in Paul's point of view. So I can still talk about Anna because she obviously is a huge catapulting factor in the whole book, but I have to stick from Paul's perspective. So instead of switching it, I think I wrote something like Anastasia Caldwell has been alive for 150 years or something like that. Talk about how Paul felt when he met her, things he noticed, like, wow, this woman looks like she hasn't aged in the last 100 years from this old photo or something like that. And the biggest thing too was I mentioned the things that were at stake with the skulls, like if they did get into the wrong hands, so to speak. But I didn't mention how those stakes directly relate to Paul. So again, he is the main character, so I have to mention the stakes from his point of view and what his personal stakes are. And obviously the end of the world would be bad for everyone, but why is Paul the one telling the story? Like, what is his emotional investment? What does he have to lose? So that was all missing from my query letter. Those are big things. And I am going to be working on those. And I'm so interested to show you guys, or like, I look forward to showing you guys hopefully one day a successful query letter, because I would love to show you how far it's come. It's gone through so many drafts. And even though that's not even like the focus, but just a lot of my classes at the end have been to write a query letter. Not a lot, I think this is the second or third one. And so I have like 3 full different versions of it. And they are all very different from one another because I get great feedback. And my story also has been changing a lot, so that's obviously gonna change the query letter as well. I feel like there's more I should say, wrapping up not just this workshop, this 3-week extravaganza, but also my entire class life at my program. But I'll do that kind of video, I guess, with the end of my thesis. That I think would make more sense. But I did just want to say really quickly, because this is something I think is asked a lot, like, do you need to take this kind of class in order to be a writer? And the answer is obviously no, you don't. However, there are so many really incredible benefits to taking a writing class, I think, even if it is something just like a workshop. Like, I haven't looked into it, but I imagine there must be workshops that exist. That's kind of like the same idea of what I did, where it's like a week-long thing and you get feedback from an expert and also other classmates. And I personally do find that extremely valuable. They're oftentimes really expensive, but I think about it too, like kind of thinking about the investment side of things. Like, you pay thousands for an editor for your book, especially if you're going to do like a structural edit. And I personally would rather invest that money into a class so I can learn how to structure my book myself. I'm not trying to say you can take one class and suddenly you're an editor, but I do think, especially in the beginning, or maybe if you have been writing for a while and find that your writing is becoming a little bit too samey and you want to like get a new perspective, I personally think it's really fun. And I know it's expensive though, so that's why it's like, I'm trying to think like if I'm gonna take my own advice after this. So a reminder of disclosure, like, I don't pay for this class, it's part of my work benefit. And so like I asked myself, would I have done this if I had to pay for it? And I don't know, that's a really hard question. I think if I had known how valuable it was, I would do it. I don't know, because if I hadn't already done a master's, because that put me, master's degrees are a lot more expensive than undergrad tuition wise. So it's like, I already did it. And if I hadn't already done a master's, I probably would have done it. The fact that I already did one, I don't know, it's so hard to say, because this is like the first time I've done a class where this is actually what I want to do. I know that sounds sad, because, or not a class, but a degree. Like my undergrad I did because I thought it would lead to a good career, which, you know, it did, it helped. My master's I did, my first master's in science journalism, because I thought I would enjoy combining my science undergrad background with writing, which is what I really wanted to do. So I thought it'd be a good compromise. But the thing is, I never wanted to be a journalist, so I don't really know what I was thinking. I don't know, I kind of just like wanted to do something, and the idea of mastering in creative writing terrified me, and I thought that it was less likely to lead to an actual job, where science journalism sounded very job focused, like I could do something like that. I kind of just more wanted to do science writing, so like less the journalism stuff and more just like, I don't know, working for companies that needed a science writer. I don't know. This is turning into a video. I feel like that's a video I'm gonna have to make down the line of discussing how much I think a writing degree is worth it. For me, since it was free, if someone out there, if you have that opportunity, 100% worth it. It's made me tenfold a better writer. I think one thing that writing classes do, and especially a writing degree does, is yes, reading and writing are the most important factors into becoming a better writer, but it almost fast forwards the process. So like it might have taken me 5 years to get to the point where I am now teaching myself, but I was able to fast forward it and condense that learning by having some more guidance and some more feedback. And there's no doubt in my mind my book would be nowhere near as good as it is now. Like there's no question in my mind. Like, no. So if you have the means, I think it's worth it to at least take one class. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm saying. It's hard for me to say because it is so expensive, and it's like, is anything worth that much? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But it was amazing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't disappointed. It was amazing. It made me a better writer, and if that's my goal, then I achieved it. But we're not done yet, folks. I still have my thesis, where my thesis is going to be my finished book. And so that is coming this spring. I can't believe it. Like, it actually is gonna be happening. Like, I actually don't have a choice. Like, I have to finish. It's my degree requirement. I have to finish this, and it's due in the spring. And I'm so excited. So I'm gonna start clearing, and yeah, I can't believe it. This has been a really fun time vlogging. As often as I have been, I've really missed it, and I feel like in the last 3 weeks, I feel so much happier than I have been. Which, I mean, I was feeling happy at the beginning of it, but this was so tiring, but it made me feel just like, I don't know, made me feel good. And so I'm gonna miss classes a lot. But hopefully just like spending time like this, reflecting on what I've learned, will sort of help keep it fresh in my mind, and I'll have my writing group that I fully intend on being a part of. Okay. I am stalling now too because I have to finish packing because tomorrow we move most of our stuff. That wasn't the plan because tomorrow's my birthday. And I didn't want to do any moving on my birthday, but it's inevitable at this point. We're gonna have to do quite a lot of packing on my birthday, which is fine. It's a good way to reflect on the last 27 years of my life, or 28 years, how does it work? I'm turning 28, so I've lived now. This is my 28th year. No, I'm in my 28th year now. I will have lived a full 28 when I turn 28. So I basically lived 28 years now. Wow, that's a long time, man. Getting close to 3 decades. Whew. Alright, I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. What should it be? What should I do? I could just do another, I feel like I've done so many author's journal type videos because I've been doing this series. I have to do more of a sit-down one just to have like a breath of fresh air. Maybe I'll review a master class because I'll probably end up doing one of those to sort of jumpstart me into my thesis. So yes, if you are excited to see that, let me know which one you want to see first, because I'm probably going to do the R.L. Stine one. I'm not giving you a choice. That's what I'm doing. Okay, bye! You guys, how could you let me do that? You let me sign off and I hadn't even finished my final assignment. It's due tonight at midnight. I have homework to do. If I don't film it, I'm not gonna do it. Like, it will be done at like 4 freaking a.m. Like, I have to film it. It for some reason inspires me. Whoops. I actually almost completely forgot about my very final assignment, which I'm pretty sure is the whole thing our grade is based on, so that would have been muy mal. So I guess I'll get going on that. Let's go. Quickly though, I have to show my fortune cookies. This one says, oh my gosh, it won't focus. We'll start with this one first. I also shared this on Instagram, so if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen it. So as you know, we're moving, and I'm pretty sad about it, but then I opened this fortune cookie. Sorry about my nails. They're only stained because I just took off orange nail polish, and so they're like a nasty color right now. But it says, a part of us remains wherever we have been. And honestly, I opened that and I wanted to cry because I've been so sad about leaving our apartment. I've been here for so long, since the start of this YouTube channel. I started this YouTube channel, I think like a couple weeks after I'd moved in. Maybe around a month after, but I'm pretty sure it was like 3 weeks after. And so you guys have seen me live in this apartment pretty much for the whole time. Really sad to move. It's so necessary though. Like, I'm not sad enough I would change anything, but I am really sad. And then I got this other fortune cookie because Zach doesn't like fortune cookies and I always eat both of ours. Your luck has completely changed today. And you know what? I feel it. I didn't film this part because it's like a private struggle I'm going through, but I in quarantine have really been struggling with snacking and overeating. If you follow me on Instagram, again, I'm not trying to like plug my Instagram. You know, I lost close to 30 pounds last year from like mostly for the wedding, but just also like I needed to lose the 30 pounds to feel better. I just was not feeling good at the weight I was at, and then in quarantine I have gained a lot of it back, which, I mean, that happens when you rapidly lose weight anyway, but I think quarantine just really catapulted that. But today I like did something I have never done before, and I had leftover birthday cake from this weekend, like a whole amount of it, because pretty much nobody loves cake like I do, and so no one ever eats it when someone gets me a cake, and I end up taking the whole thing home myself. And I just like, it had been weighing on me because if it's here, I eat it. I'm just one of those, like if it's in the house, I have to eat it, and I think about it. Even if I'm full, I'm eating it. And I've been going back and forth on getting rid of it. There was like maybe a third of it left at this point. And then today I was like, you know what? I am taking charge of my life. Like, it is a new year tomorrow. Like, I am not spending 28 as how I spent 27, which 27 just felt like such a lack of control, and it was very much letting things happen to me and not me taking charge of my life. And it's ironic because that's actually the problem I had in my first draft, was my characters being dragged through life instead of them actively making the decisions, and it just reads as a very passive book. And that's how I felt like 27 went for me, like honestly. And so I started to get some of that feeling of taking charge of my own life at the beginning of 2020 for sure, and then just quarantine. Like, I think all of us felt that way when all of our choices were taken from us, or a great majority, because of the pandemic. Look at this kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. And I'm not talking about wearing masks. Wear your masks, people. That's not like, don't even get me started on that. I just mean like as far as planning for our future because of everything that's going on. So maybe today is the day everything is gonna turn around. I'm gonna stop feeling like such a victim. I feel that's how it is. I've been feeling like a victim. Woe is me. Like, all of these struggles happening, these stupid little things happening in my life, like just making things difficult. I've kind of complained about some of them on this vlog, like with my registration issues and all this stupid stuff. And I say stupid just because I know in the grand scheme of things, it is not a life or death situation. I think that's something I'm realizing more than ever these days as well, is categorizing my situation. But I just had this moment this week too of like, I'm gonna keep trying. Like, if this is some weird trial of like asking how bad I want it from the universe, like go ahead and ask. Like, I'm just gonna keep fighting for it. I'm gonna keep doing whatever it takes to get to my end goal, even if that means calling 9,000 people. I'm gonna keep fighting for it. So that's how I feel, and I feel that way too with my fitness goals, which I don't really talk about too much here just because it's not that kind of channel, and also I don't want to trigger anybody that struggles with that sort of thing. But it is a huge part of my life and of my life goals, is getting back in the shape I used to be, and feeling better, both not just how I look, but just physically feeling better. And I used to do pretty incredible things. I mean, I used to do like a trek across Maine, which was like I think it was 80-mile bike ride. No, it wasn't. It was 80 miles a day. What was the total? It was almost 200. It's like, I think it was 180 mile total. And so it was like 60-ish miles a day over the course of 3 days across the state of Maine. And I could do that no problem. And like, I don't know, I used to like ski all the time, and I was on varsity tennis, and I could never really swim that well. I swim in 7th grade or 2nd grade. And I did the triathlon, which I did actually when I was not at my best fitness shape, but I did it anyway. And yeah, so I just mean feel better that way, and feeling confident again that way, and just wanting to be healthier. Like, I have some health issues when I'm at a heavier weight that I noticed did go away when I went back into the healthy weight range, and so that's why it is important for me to monitor that kind of thing. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanna look good, okay? Like, there, I said it. I know that's a taboo thing to say, but like, I like feeling like I look better. I'm ready to take charge of it all again, and to take charge of my writing, and to stop, I don't know, stop what exactly, but just stop stopping. I guess that's what I want to stop. I want to stop stopping and making excuses for why I don't have time to do things, when I certainly can't make that excuse anymore. And I guess I just really want to take advantage of this year too. I don't know if I've shared the news yet. Really quick while I'm still procrastinating from my homework. I got the news from my boss. It's not like official, like it wasn't like an official announcement. She was just sharing her opinion, which honestly was exactly the same opinion I had already formed myself, that we probably won't, we as in me and the admin, what did you find? Okay, me and the admin team won't go back to work in the office for at least another year. So like fall 2021. Which is crazy. Is that crazy? Like, I left the office in February 2020, and it will be like a year and a half until I'm told I might step back into my office. And even then, I don't know if it will be like full-time, or if they'll have us working part-time at home, because really, this has shown there's no need for me to be in the office unless there's an event going on, and since obviously no events are going on right now, then it's just not necessary. But I mean, you can argue how important it is to have daily interaction, like with your coworker and team and stuff, but honestly, there's a lot of days I just sat in my office and didn't talk to anyone anyway, so who freaking knows, right? So saying that my 29th year of life, so me being 28, because that starts my 29th year. It's so confusing to think of it that way. But it sounds like for 28, for me, is gonna be working my own hours, working at home, and just having a heck of a lot of me time. And I think it's gonna be beneficial. I think I need this, and I think, you know, maybe my luck has completely changed today. Not that my luck was bad, and so I don't want it to sound like oh, I had good luck before, because I do think I have good luck, but I think it's more just my attitude maybe has changed today. And I'm trying to prove that by, it is only 8:30, and I'm sitting down right now to finish my final assignment, which I think should only take me maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours at most. If I'm really focused, it'll take me like an hour, but yeah, I just want to do it now, and I want to start my birthday tomorrow feeling empowered. I guess that's the word, because I feel like control sort of has a negative connotation, and I don't want people to worry that I'm trying to control everything. But I guess feeling empowered, that it is all within my control and all that good stuff. Okay, no more procrastinating. Let's do the homework. Alright, first step is 1 to 2 page, actually it's second step. Second step, 1 to 2 page revision, incorporate workshop feedback. Look at all that workshop feedback. Each of those is a different piece of workshop feedback, and I got to go through them all. Zach, how about you just give me feedback, and I'll do exactly what you tell me to do.
Okay.
It's very serious. Alright, what's your first tip? How do I make it better? You don't even know what it is. He has told me that he will never read anything I write. Wow, I look terrible. That's how you know I'm working on homework, is I start to look terrible. Because I always do it way too late. Where's Cammy? Cammy! Come here. There's the meowsters. There's the meowy meowsters. Meow, 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 meow. Meowie. Hop in the box. Wanna get in the box? Hop on in. Help us pack. Get in. We'll close it up and ship you off. Right? Oh my gosh. I missed filming it. When you hit submit, little confetti pops up on the screen. You're just gonna have to believe me. I could resubmit it really quick, but then it's gonna say I did it late because it's 12 o'clock right now. It's my birthday. Oh my god, it's my birthday. Zach's supposed to come out and wish me happy birthday on my birthday, and he's not out yet. Here he comes.
It's midnight. Sorry.
Don't worry, Zach's in his boxes, so I won't film his.
Happy birthday.
I'm older than you now. Look, I submitted it on time, but I didn't check for typos, so it's probably riddled with them, so I'm gonna double check real quick. And I forgot to film the confetti. You know when you submit an assignment, it has confetti.
I didn't realize that until...
Because I submitted
Like 2
my
days
last
ago.
assignment and I missed the confetti.
Well, you'll have to submit your thesis.
I don't think
Here?
on Canvas.
No, probably not on Canvas.
Now I'm sad.
You can film my confetti.
I will. Just so you can see it.
Happy birthday.
And I should have filmed me hitting submit. I'm so silly. The more important one is when I submit my thesis, so I'll film that one when I hit send. But yeah, that was my last assignment. Oh my goodness. That's all I gotta say about that. It is now officially my birthday. No one has texted me yet. Rude. Jessica, if you're watching this, remember you used to text me at midnight so you could always be the first one to wish me happy birthday? No text? I should message her and remind her. Except I know she's just gonna say I didn't do it for her birthday, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright. Good night. There's some random hair there. I bet that's why I was having trouble focusing. I'm really surprised at myself that I actually submitted it on time. It sounds terrible, but I've just gotten used to submitting it like after midnight and just no one really cares. Bad habit. But remember, my luck has changed. Okay. Official good night, guys. I've closed this vlog so many times now. Happy Haley Bascom birthday day. Happy July 31st. If you did Camp NaNoWriMo, happy last day of Camp NaNoWriMo. Let me know in the comments below how your writing went this month, especially if you did Camp Nano. Did you win? Did you not win? I think I won twice. It might have only been once. I don't even know. But I didn't win this year. I'll see you guys in my next video. Wish me luck on our move tomorrow. See how little we packed. Actually, it's starting to look like we packed. See, that's kind of empty, and there used to be a bunch of stuff over here, and that's all gone. Still looks like we live here. Gotta change that tomorrow. Good night, guys. Happy birthday, me.